them come. This is their fate.
All right. Welcome back to the House of Wolves podcast. I am your host, Deontay, here with my near and dear friends, Jalen and Josh. Today we got some topics for y'all. It's been a little slow week, but not really. We got some stuff to talk about. But before we get started, as always, Jalen, Josh, tell the people how you been, what you been up to, what you been playing, how life going. Talk to the people.
Starting out, Jalen. Tell us how you was looking it up this week.
Cool.
Man, I ain't what they be saying.
What they say.
And this weekend was a movie.
That's it. What they say about that, man. Weekend. If y'all don't know, my man's birthday was recent, and he had a great time. Yeah, he had a few. What's that? Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Bro, it's definitely anything is possible. I'm looking like, bro, like I ain't never seen this much Hennessy. It's like consistent Hennessy, like nothing else. But no, it was cool, man. Like I ain't gonna cap. Like I didn't want to turn 29, to be honest with you. I wasn't really looking forward for my birthday and stuff. But I was talked to a couple of my friends. They were trying to convince me to do something and stuff. We made some shake last minute, and I had a good turnout, man, and everybody there enjoyed themselves. They was like, man, we got to do something like this again. Like we getting older. Like this was cool by me. It wasn't no type of tension, problematic type stuff. Yeah, man, it was just a good turnout, man. I was happy to see everybody and stuff like that. And, my boy Los can't get to celebrate his birthday, and our birthday is the same month, so we did like a little joint celebration thingy, and man, it went up, man. So that was really the highlight of my week. I keep looking back at these pictures. I'm like, man, it was really lit in there. Like we had everybody had a good time. Like, so that was like a win in my book. Y'all not be concerned for other people and making sure. One of my friends, she was like, you need to sit down. Like, this your birthday. Like, stop trying to like manage everything. And I'm just like, man, all right, bro. Like, it'd be hard for me to do all that, but still though, like everything panned out smooth. Everybody had a good time, no problems, and yeah, man, I'm blessed to be 29. So that's probably one of the best birthdays, if not the best birthday I had. So
yeah, there you go. Blessed to be 29.
Got that section.
Ain't nothing wrong getting older, Jalen.
Man, D-Pain already kicking. I jammed my toe the next morning, bro. Just jumping and touched
goodness.
I landed wrong or something, and then my toe swelled up. I was just like, dang.
Stop the cap. You fine. I swear, everybody, you was 28 one day, 29 and 24 hours later. Ain't no difference, G. No difference.
Man, go tell that to the bones and every cell of my body. They ain't replicating as fast.
Yeah. But blessed to see another year around the sun. Yeah. I mean, it's upcoming. Mine's will be here not very soon, but soon enough. And I'll be in that big 3-0. So it's a very interesting time, but I'm glad you had a good time. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I'm glad you, you guys actually, went out and did something. I wouldn't say it's different. I mean, you could buy a section all the time, but that's something you wanted to do. So that actually was something that, I ain't never experienced a section because I don't never go to the club like that. I'm glad you was able to, take some of that stuff off your bucket list if it was there. And if not, it's just something fun to do anyway. But yeah. Happy for you. Happy birthday. What about you, Josh? What you been doing? Anything exciting?
Yeah, a lot of traveling. We went up to Hokkaido, which is northern Japan area. That's the Sinnoh region in Pokemon. Mm-hmm. It's shaped like a whale. It's a nice trip. It's only like a hour flight from Osaka. We flew up there with the family. I took the baby with us on her first flight. And once we got there, it was basically a road trip. We was only there for like a day, but we landed in Hokkaido. Rented a car, drove drove around the bottom of the island, and it was very nice. It
Hmm.
was a lot colder than I thought because like it's spring, but like Hokkaido is supposed to be like the cold area, but it was actually like winter weather there. It wasn't no snow, but it's probably like low 40s. Um, but yeah, nice environment. Got to see the towns around there. It was just nice trip with the family. Sent. I guess I haven't seen all the pictures or anything like that, but really nice. So
Hmm.
if we ever have, I mean, Jalen been in Japan twice, but like if we ever do like a big group thing in Japan, Hokkaido would be nice. But we probably would prefer to go somewhere warm, like Okinawa, go to the beaches since we haven't done it. Other than that, just been a
Oh.
pretty, I guess, busy week. Spent some time in Kyoto. Again with the family. That's once you a dad, that's what you're doing a lot.
Oh
But it was
yeah.
a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
So I haven't actually been able to play the game as much outside of just Resident Evil 4 remake. Finally picked it up, and I'm enjoying it. I don't know if it's my favorite yet, but I'm still early. We'll see.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, glad you're still early. Don't say another word, G. No slander on this one. But yeah, I'm glad you at least enjoying that part. Um, but no,
Is the
that's really cool. I think. Well, sorry, I wasn't trying to cut you off, but I kind of want to go back to the beachfront because man, I need one right now. I surely need one. And it would be
Hmm.
cool to have like some type of group trip, like what Jalen was saying with his experience. Obviously, it's more than just just getting together and doing that, but it's like people around you. It makes stuff more fun. That's all it is to it. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, that is something that I'm in desperate need of, and for sure would be interesting to do it with a bunch of people too. So, but yeah,
Hmm.
I'm glad that's something that yeah, you enjoy it, especially when you got the babies and they're not really mobile yet. It's a lot better
Hmm.
because once they get mobile, boy, you be like, yo, I don't want to put a leash on my kid, but show, I ain't gonna keep chasing you around this house either. Like you
Yeah.
can't, not especially not outside and like in public, dude. Like don't run from me. Oh yeah, you got something in your hand. Let me get that from you. Take off like the Sonic. I'm like, dude, what is y'all doing? So yeah, enjoy it while she's not so mobile. And but yeah, that's good. What was you finna say, Jalen? Sorry, cut you off.
nah, you good. Nah, I agree. I mean, waiting for another group trip, man. So supposed to go to Canada, but the can pandemic stopped all that. So I
Oh
mean,
yeah, that did
but
happen. Yep.
um, now I was finna ask. You said that's the where the Sinnoh region is based off of.
Yeah, because what was Gen 1 was Kanto, which is the Kyoto area. Gen 2 was, I forget the name of it, but I think it was based on like the Osaka area. No, my bad. Gen 1's Kanto, that's Tokyo area. Gen 2 is Kansai, which is Kyoto area. 3, I guess people say it's like the islands and stuff, so maybe like Okinawa. And then Gen 4 is the very, very top of Japan, which is Sinnoh. And then after that, they start going all around the world. But yeah, it's because if you look at the map of Pokemon, it's shaped the exact same as like the actual map in
Oh okay,
Japan.
Okay.
that's
Now that
interesting.
I remember hearing about that, I was just curious because you said Sinnoh, and then you said it was cold up there, and then I was just reflecting on all the Pokemon games. I think the only one that actually has a cold area where it's like actually snow and stuff like that is
Hmm.
the Sinnoh version or the one
Yeah,
that's in Sinnoh.
Wow.
So I just thought that was interesting. I don't know if that's any correlation or anything like that. I just thought it was interesting. So, and I think even
yeah.
in one of the on Diamond and Pearl or something, or in Platinum, they like switched their attire and then they put them in like not I want to say winter clothes, but kind of winter clothes.
Hmm. Probably
So
so. Like the whole area is not like covered in snow, but like I guess the farther north you go, there's more snow. And like yeah, I remember in Diamond and Pearl, it was like a a more snowy area than what you, because there was no snow in what Gen 1 or 2, right?
Nah, they introduced hail like the weather effect in Gen 3, but it wasn't no actual area where you just encounter that on a regular. So
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
or snow. Yeah. But yeah.
Now that's actually cool. I didn't even know that, and that's a cool fact because I honestly didn't. I mean, I figured it was like based off where they stay and stuff like that, but I don't know like basically if there's like as you kind of broke it down there. Like I don't know none of that. And plus, I only was really into Gen 1, Gen 2, and then after that, I was done.
Yeah.
So, um,
Yeah, Gen 4, it's not my favorite. It's still good, but
mhm.
I at least remember that from it, that the area was different than the rest of the Pokemon games.
Mhm. Okay, okay, okay. Well, for me, mostly all I did was I played. I kind of almost. I'm not almost 100% with Horizon, but like I pretty much did all the side content. So over the last like few days, I went through, got
Hmm.
all the good weapons, and did all that stuff. And now I'm going to tackle the Burning Shores because I didn't want to go into it without having done most of the side content and like got
Hmm.
all the weapons I wanted. So I went up and did all that. I'm kind of working my way through the arena now to get a few other things that I want, like the armor. But I'm I pretty much did most of the stuff now. Most markers are done. The whole map is complete, and I was having a really good time because and at the end of the day, it's a great game. That's all I can say. I mean, it got overshadowed, but it's a good game, and I really like the quality of the game, the level of detail they provided, and just the unique experience that you get out of it. So I truly enjoyed it. And still am
Hmm.
enjoying it. And once I get the Burning Shores, I come back on here and let y'all know if the DLC is worth it. But definitely the base game is worth it, especially if you're getting it for half off. Um, but that's all I kind of did. Outside of that, I mean, I did a lot of work around the house, trying to get real organized, trying to focus. I started my the a mile a day for 100 days. I did my second mile today. And I'll keep you
Yeah.
guys posted on that. But yeah, I'm trying to get my pace down to around 7, 8 minutes. Probably realistically 9 if because over
Hmm.
the next 100 days. But um, I'm just trying to stay healthy, stay diligent on some stuff. And once I can kind of refocus my mind on certain things, I don't, it kind of helps me stay organized elsewhere too, work, family, etc. So all that stuff all that stuff has been changes that I made recently, and trying to stick to them, and trying to make sure I focus in on when that time is ready for play some games. That's what I'm gonna use it for. I can't really go over because it's not compatible with the lifestyle at this point. It's hard. It's hard to get play
Hmm.
games. It's hard to do anything other than work, family, sleep. So I just gotta focus on building those those blocks, those building the that cadence, that discipline to kind of do other things and make sure I'm focused in on that while I'm here, focusing on this while I'm there, focusing on this while I'm there, and kind of create those pockets in my mind so I don't you know mess up elsewhere because that's
Hmm.
super important. You don't want to feel like you're just disconnected from everything when you're supposed to be participating. So that's something I'm working on, and hopefully doing these things and making these changes and these behavioral changes will help with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've been doing, chilling and working on myself. Uh, so let's talk about some games, though. Let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about some fun stuff first. Let's talk about something that's actually joyous, exciting, and you expect it, but you expect the worst, but when the best come, you're just glad it is. So Dead Island 2 recently was released, and not only is it getting pretty decent scores from a lot of the reviewers and the public feedback is that it's a great game, it's also seeing it in sales. So in the first 3 days of Dead Island 2 coming out, it actually sold over 1 million copies. That is very good. Especially for a game that, it's just dumb fun. Literally, there's no concept to it. Story is blah, but as long as you got a really good core system, the graphics are great, and there's not that many bugs to be riddled with, you have yourself a winning formula in this mediocre state of gaming. Unfortunately, it is super mediocre. There is not that many outliers. Obviously, there's plenty of big AAA games coming out down the pipeline that are going to be just kind of whittle and make it seem like everything's great. But you just get mostly 75% of trash. Is trash games, bad games that came out in poor states. Even the AAA games that you think are going to be great come out in poor states. There is plenty of that to be riddled throughout the entire industry, and unfortunately we accept it, so that's what's going to keep happening. But when somebody comes out, they do to take the time. They make sure everything's right. They do the right type of campaign marketing. They don't do microtransaction field garbage. I'm really happy that they found success because it tells people that, hey, if you take your time, not even take your time, because they were going through like so much turmoil. I love their story. Yeah. The story is that they had such a terrible cycle. Their developmental cycle was just so bad. It got turned over twice. It really was like this big in no man's land for so long, and for them to wait until it is time. There was no delay of timing for the game. Or did they delay it a little bit? I don't think so. I think this is the time.
Got delayed recently, but that was probably just extra time that they needed, like you said.
Yeah,
they had
to polish that game. Yeah, they did not want to, because I believe I think it was supposed to originally come out in maybe February-ish or early March, and then they had to push back to April, and it wasn't that long of a push. But it's simple enough is that when they shipped the game, it was in a great state. It actually ran. All modes worked. There was no crappy quality mode where you couldn't figure it out, where like the game runs at 60 on the Xbox Series X, Xbox PS5. It's one mode, it works. Then on the same thing on the Xbox Ones and things like that in the Xbox One X, those run at 30, but they are solid 30 FPS modes. So it's Unreal Engine 4. Everybody knows how to use it, and you know how to implement, and you know what you got to do if you want to get to those locked 30s. So for the game to look that good, have those type of gore systems, really be that grotesque, and really hit on all cylinders of just dumb fun, I am super happy that it's actually doing well. So that's my 2 cents. What's your thoughts on Dead Island 2? I'm assuming I got the same sentiment, but yeah, go ahead.
No, it's positive. Like I was never into the Dead Island or like first person zombie games, and I'm surprised that this one is getting good reviews so far, or good impressions. Because it's been a long time. We've been hearing about that game for like a whole generation, and I'm not gonna compare it to another zombie game
Dying Light
directly,
2.
But like
that drunk was
Dying Light 2,
boo
but like
cheeks, baby, when it came out.
Yeah, when that game came out, like I enjoyed it, but something just felt off, and like graphically, I didn't think it looked that good. But it also had like technical issues and stuff. So to contrast it directly with this, where it's like, oh, this game actually looks really, really good, and it's running well, and I think that's good for them that they didn't get overshadowed.
Yeah,
with their launch. So yeah, I mean that's good for Dead Island. I think people have been waiting for it for a long time, so it's nice to actually have it deliver. So
yeah, I honestly didn't think that was gonna come out.
Pick it up. He got it on his list.
Man, they almost got me this weekend. FOMO, man, that junk be hitting hard. Sometimes I'll be like, I got plenty of games to play, Deontay. You don't need it. I was like, but what if I want to play it? And I was like, man. So I was
It's
about
gonna
to
be a
bust a
while,
move on that
probably.
Hogwarts, but I was like, no, I gotta beat it. So I'm gonna beat it, and then I'm gonna take it in, get a little money, and
Hmm.
put some money towards that. But I don't want to sell games I haven't finished yet. So I'm not selling Resident Evil 4 because I just liked it too much, and I'm probably gonna play the
Hmm.
mercenary mode and the DLC that come out. But yeah, and I'm not, like I said, I bought Horizon and God of War for a reason digitally because I was like, nah, they deserved a little money. I ain't gonna put it back in the cycle. I should have, but I didn't because I knew I was
Hmm.
if I did, because I was like, as soon as I beat it, I'm taking it back. But Burning Shore is coming out, and I don't know if God of War would ever get DLC like that, but it was worth it still. But yeah, I'm just really happy and glad that they are finding success in a single player. It's somewhat co-op, but it's not like a mass multiplayer online. There's no the live service component to it. This is a straight up zombie game, and it's finding success, and I love it. I love it
Hmm.
because yeah, just tired of same old big open world. Fill up your time with nothingness and kind of waste your time all day. So so yeah, good note. Moving on to another, technically a good note, but I don't know, it could be bad later. Street Fighter 6 demo. So
Mm.
the demo I recently played, and I was able to play with Ken, and I forget the guy's name now.
Luke, right?
Yeah, Luke, so generic.
Mm.
Luke's with his extra big. Those character
Popeye on it.
designs are, yes,
He
bro.
looked ugly,
He
but
look
I get
weird,
his
yo.
gameplay, but his arms didn't have to be that big.
Nah, bro. And the way they be flexing them boys be crazy.
Mm.
But yeah, Luke is quite hilarious. And I really liked that they animated the cutscenes. What I didn't like is once I got into the world, it's not voice acted anymore. I was like, oh, that's like, you
Oh
guys,
yeah,
you
forgot about
guys.
that.
I was like, don't be cheaping out, man. Just voice act the whole thing. It'd be fun that way. But nah, so that's just text on the screen. You read and you kind of go do stuff, and you can fight anybody. But the biggest problem that I found in the Street Fighter 6 demo, like, don't get me wrong, it was fun, it was great, and then when you're actually playing 1v1 matches on the versus mode, it's fine. But when you're playing that world tour mode, frames drop heavily. I'm talking 40 frames per second. And
Mm.
that's like often, like when you're doing combos, when some new animation comes on, it's like constant dropping of frames, and it does not feel good. Again,
Hmm.
these are random fights that you take on, like NPCs on the street, and they just a random person walking by. You just walk up to them and hit the fight button, and then it automatically puts you into a fight mode. I understand how taxing that is, but if you're going to ship a game in that state, it's going to be a problem. So I really hope that they. I don't think that's going to happen, but I really hope they button up that part of it because I really want a smooth experience. Another thing
Yeah.
that worries me is just simply, uh, you know, response times and input delay and online fighting. I didn't experience any of that because it's not available in the demo.
Hmm.
But I hope that that's good. Guilty Gear has really good code, so I'm expecting that quality and that level from a Capcom and Street Fighter 6. It just worries me that it may not live up to my expectations, because there's some things that Capcom are really good at. They make iconic characters, making a great fighting game. They are not good at online, and we all saw that with Street Fighter 5. So
Hmm.
I just hope that they kind of got that together, and that it's not like a huge situation that comes out on launch day. But mostly, it was good. Like, I love the new systems that they created. I feel like they are all very technical and useful in a lot of different ways, and it gives you so many more like abilities, and some people might call it cheesy, but there is now the ability like Dragon Ball Fighter Z, where you can like auto combo stuff. Obviously, I'm not using that combo scheme, but that is something that people can use to make it more accessible, to make people be able to have the ability to do combos in a very easy way, where you're just holding down R2 and pressing square, and you can do the combo. So that way you can be more competitive and have a advantage or at least be on the same playing level field as someone that knows how to do combos easily. That is what that does for you. It kind of it helps that curve, and it helps people stay in the game, it helps people keep fighting, and it helps amateurs, stay in the pool, because once you know what happens after 3 months of playing these fighter games. Once you get online again, you fighting some dogs, and you're just like, bro, what is this game now? So it's hopefully that keeps the community and the community alive and well. So I'm expecting great things from those systems alone, because that is really what makes the game great. It's where you have great systems to make people feel comfortable playing, and everybody loves Street Fighter regardless. That's like one of the most popular, if not that, in Mortal Kombat. I still get an advantage to Street Fighter over Mortal Kombat, because that is like more, I don't know, it feels like Mortal Kombat is more US and Street Fighter is just more worldwide, so it just feels that way to me. I don't know why, but maybe because it's just a Japanese company, but it just feels that way to me. But yeah, that is my thoughts behind Street Fighter 6, and I do want to pick it up. It's only $60, so I am going to pick it up. I just, I feel like when you play in these types of games, they are good for a certain period of time. But I'm going to give it a fair shot, and I'm going to try to enjoy it and see if I like my characters. I know Cammy's back there, so it's back, and hopefully they didn't change too much about her, make her weak or anything. I couldn't play with everybody, obviously, because it's a demo. But but yeah, my experience, I enjoyed combat. I enjoyed the character design. I enjoyed all the cool animations and how they present the fighters when they're coming into the arena. I liked all of the stylistic choices that they decided to make. I did not like the drop frames in the world tour. I did not like that they weren't voice acted, and and that was pretty much it. I can't confirm whether or not the netcode is good or not. So just those two things, and that's okay. I really don't like the frame rate drops, because if I want to play the world tour and I think it's a fun mode, I'm not going to want to play it with those frame drops. But again, I usually don't engage that often in those big, all those the new it thing, and that's the new it thing for me. So we'll see. We will see. Did you see any of the demo footage? Did you see the character releases? And what did you think of it? I guess the characters.
So I've been watching some stuff about it, because I'm interested in Street Fighter. Like you said, it's one of the most popular fighting games, and I like it. But my engagement is always going to depend on what content is there. So I skipped out on 5 because they didn't really have a lot of content for single player. Really just go online and fight people. So this having the World Tour mode is interesting. At least that it could give me something to do. Yeah, like you said, I do wish that, I don't know if it's going to change with launch, but I wish that it might get a little more polish, like the frame rate, everything runs better. I can understand not having every sentence, voice acted, but it needs, if you're gonna spend a lot of time in it, put the budget behind it to actually prop it up. Because when I think about fighting games, the only reason I buy Mortal Kombat games is for their single player story, and that's what the enjoyment I get out of it. I might play a few matches online here and there, but that's not my interest. So for Street Fighter, I'll jump online a little bit, but I want to really enjoy the whole game and all the systems in the game, and try it out that way. So I'm at least looking forward to it. I haven't played it because the demo's not out on PC yet. I think it's supposed to come out later this week. And hopefully it runs well on PC. If it does, then I might get it on there. But otherwise, It's looking good. I mean, I will say I'm not excited about any of the new characters. From what I've seen, maybe like Jamie and I forget the other girl. Like they're okay. Their playstyle, I might try them out, but their designs and stuff like that are not like that interesting to me. But
Yeah.
hopefully, I can find somebody that I really like to play, whether it's like Ryu or like you said, Cammy or something like that. If returning character. Um,
What the
but
heck
it's
they
Street Fighter,
doing
so gotta check it out
Cammy
when it
face,
when it actually comes out. Um, See if we can get Jalen on there. Play some Ken and Ryu.
bro? What they
Oh,
doing
and
Cammy
the
face? Hold up,
the
man.
one good thing is that I want to try out is they have the three control schemes. It's the classic controls where it's just the same as any other fighting game.
Right.
It's the assisted that I think you mentioned, but
Yeah.
assisted is for offline modes only. You can't use assisted online. That's the auto combos. But then
Oh.
there's modern, which I haven't tried it, but modern is it's not exactly like Smash, but it's closer to Smash where you press a direction and then a special button to do a move. So that seems interesting because like for me, my thing is with fighting games, like I don't like doing all of the special inputs. I can do them, but like it literally hurts my hands. Well, I mean, I'm not playing with a fighting stick, but playing on a controller, like it hurts my
Yeah.
fingers trying to like spin the stick, 20, 50 times a game.
Yeah, it becomes less
So
about yeah, it becomes less about execution and more about input, and
yeah.
that's where I start to fall off because it's not that I don't understand what's going to happen, it's how can I execute the move, and I can't most of the
Hmm.
time. So that's like fighter 101 though. It's just get good. But now that we have like
Yeah.
that
So
one, it's like interesting.
Are you?
if oh, go ahead, Jalen.
I just finna ask when you say execute, when you good execution. Not just fine. When you talk about that, are you saying like when you're trying to put the move in, but like
You end up hitting the
you
wrong
like you didn't
button, or say for instance you even trying
you
to
don't
do
spin a
like
stick, right?
yeah, you try and do an overhead, and you try and do like a where you try and do a like one of the special moves where they actually provide some distance, and you end up doing the other one that's pulling you closer, and you're like, bro, I did not mean to do that because the inputs are so finicky
Close to each other.
sometimes and close to each other. Sometimes it causes you in a lot of reuse moves now because he has his Hadouken, and then he also has I forget the name of the flying move where he flies in with his feet, but he also
Hmm.
has a Hadouken that pushes him further away, and then he has a Hadouken that he spins backwards to provide distance before he does it, and those two like those can make or break like a lot of different things for and when you're trying to get fancy, you're trying to do your mix ups and all that stuff. So like I watch enough fights to understand it, but execution and like practice is what takes me out of the game because I have to literally practice and practice and practice to kind of get to start to execute more quickly. And then what Josh is saying is that, which I didn't try because I was like, nope, I don't want no help, and I went back to the regular. But I might try it simply because it's not about me now trying to. This is the mode that is meant for you old cats that don't really got time to be trying to practice like hours and hours on end. So if this is what it is for me, then that's fine. But if I enjoy the older way or whatever, and I feel like I can get comfortable with doing it again, because I literally had to switch to the D-pad just to get my stuff to start executing, and I hate playing with the D-pad. So yeah, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
And
no,
it'll
that
make
makes
it
sense.
more enjoyable for the game if we play it together. I saw they had like a presentation. They talk about the online modes. They have like a team. It's not like tag based, but it's a um team versus team mode. So
hmm
you can have your roster where I play first, then Jalen, then Deontay. We fight another team like that. So like that stuff is cool, and it gives it a lot of variety to do stuff. But like the modern controls for me will make it a lot easier or more attractive to actually play the game long term.
and they got like the party
So
mode,
yeah.
which is cool too. So I mean, like I said, they got a lot going on, and obviously they're trying to get people to continue to play it. So that is what it makes me. That's what makes it fun for me. Um, and I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to play it, and like I said, Capcom is the only company right now that I feel comfortable giving my money to, regardless. Right now, like I don't feel comfortable giving my money to like many other companies right now outside of Capcom. And they kind of earned that respect from me from the Resident Evil stuff, but from their ability to deliver quality games without much hassle is really what speaks volumes now, because it's just so much garbage out there right now. It's just a lot. And I'm not saying the entire industry as a whole needs to be fixed, but the industry as a whole needs to be looked at.
Fixed.
Yeah, it needs to be looked at for real. Needs to be looked at. There's a lot of stuff happening, and I think there's a lot of reasons why stuff is happening too, but in all, it needs to be fixed. So yeah, but that's pretty much two highlights. I mean, definitely try it out. You can try a demo. You got a PS5, so you can play it right now.
Yeah.
And see if you even think that the mechanics are cool enough to try. But so that's something that I'm definitely going to be playing a little bit when it first comes out, and hopefully if they have a lot of there that is interesting, it keeps me hooked. So
yeah, I mean, if it help alleviate, like you said, the execution and stuff, because my biggest gripe with the fighting games, like you said, is the execution, understanding the buffer time of when you put these inputs in, and bringing your stick enough to the left or right to hit the quarter circle. You know what I'm saying? Just all that type of stuff. You like, well, you did it too soon, and you missed a window or whatever, and that would just break the combo, or you do the wrong move because it. You know what I'm saying? You started before the buffer timer. You know what I'm saying? Or however that stuff works. So Smash got a little bit of that too, but obviously it's a little bit less forgiving than something like Street Fighters and stuff, or like fighters when people be doing 100% combos on you.
No, you meant to say more forgiving, because yes, Smash is way more forgiving.
Smash, more forgiving.
Yeah, but it's more of bringing that Smash quality of like simplicity, like like how Multiverse is kind of even simplified even more from Smash. It was all about inputs and over outthinking your opponent more so than, oh, I'm not going to execute this. But sometimes the netcode will get in the way, of course. But there was even a more simple way of doing their moves than it was and making it more accessible. So as long as they hit a stride of complexity and simplicity, like Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z, they will definitely have a successful implementation there. And I think Josh said it pretty simple. It's basically like they took the scheme of Smash. As long as they do that and do it well, I don't think that should be an issue, because that simplifies inputs for me. It does not simplify the strategy of the game for me.
Yeah, the game is not more simple. Yeah, it's just the inputs are easier. Like when I was playing Guilty Gear, it was fun, but like those inputs I just could not understand. Like trying to do my character super is like do a zigzag and then press back and then forward. Like how can I do that in like half a second and actually be accurate? And we played it, for a couple hours, and I never got my super off once. But at least being able to do all of the moves I want to do when I can, that will make it a lot better. That being said, Jalen still might be better or outsmarter than me or whatever. So the skill component is still there. It's just, it makes it easier to play how you want to play.
Correct. Yeah, like in Smash, like I literally, because I can't do Smash again. Smash don't have as many inputs, but it still got like a buffer. You know what I'm saying? But in that game, it's a little bit more about outsmarting your opponent and anticipating. Like that's what I was talking about, hard reads and stuff. Obviously, you can read in the fighting game stuff too, but there's been plenty of times I've been trying to do something, and you get that moment where you're just sitting there like crouching or I'm like, man, I can't get this move on, bro. Like, I just did it 3 times in a row, but now I can't do it. And I really needed to do it right there because I knew what he was going to do, but I can't get it off right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it'd be stuff like that. And I get real frustrated. Like you say, your hands start hurting, you slinging a stick around and this, that, and the third, and it's just not working. But I mean, like Deontay said, though, that's part of just getting good in a fighting game. So.
Yep, unfortunately. But to alleviate that, if they got a solution, I'm so here for it. But again, it might be my ego again talking like, you don't need it, bro. Like, yes, I do, bro, but I don't need it. So then it's gonna give you one of those battles. But but I think it's about time I succeeded to that. I just don't have time to be playing fighting games at the level I used to, which is fine. But yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, the small things don't matter to me as much as I would used to. Those two things, frame rate obviously is super important, but it's long. Like I said, the 1v1s that actually are already generated and not just some random on the street fight. Those run like a solid 60. I can feel it. It feels responsive. It feels great. But, when you get to those other ones where you're not really fighting someone online, that's what worries me is if it's online, if it's the net code, because there was options to fight higher level individuals. And I don't think everybody that was in the world tour was a NPC. That's what worries me. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, moving on. Let's talk about something else joyous, nice, and I mean, he's part of the YouTube creation community, but I just wanted to shout it out. MKBHD, aka Marquez Brownlee, he put out a shoe. He put out a shoe called the M251. It has like the silhouette of a Jordan 1, but it has a lot of flair and differences, and it's actually a pretty decent looking shoe. It's not my cup of tea entirely, but I could see it being pulled off in a lot of different designs, and the type of shoes that he enjoys, comfortability, breathability, and I feel like he hit all of those cylinders when it came to the shoe. It is $189 dollars, but I think the value is in the shoe. The value is in the shoe quality, I suppose. I feel like it's very durable. I feel like it lasts a long time. There is a white sole, which just ruins everything. But even in his reveal video, he says, "Wear your shoes." He prefers to. He said he always does it. He does his little he bends and he's on the tips of his shoes and he's creasing them. He said, I get made fun of, but I don't care because this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wear your shoes. But yeah, I think
I don't believe in that.
Not to the point where you're over there
investment. Like
bending it like
it's an
that.
investment to look fire. Why are you gonna crease something, especially if they cost $200? Like what? They don't even. Obviously, this is a sneaker. You know what I'm saying? I ain't a sneakerhead, but I'm a kind of shoe enthusiast, right? But like, why would you pay that much money for something that's going to be on the ground, getting ate up, stepping on all the bacteria
man,
and
it's
stuff like
just
that?
a shoe. That's why. It's just a shoe. That's why. You don't argue with Marquez. He said, "Wear the shoe. Wear the shoe."
Yeah, but the longevity. But if you take care of the shoe and wear it, it has more longevity versus just creasing them and stuff like that, and now they beat up.
Yeah, but that's how he wear his shoes. It's not like he's trying to do it on purpose. He's literally taking photos, working on making videos, and like he has to bend down for shots, and he shows himself in action, and people notice that he's literally on his tips, taking a shot, and that's something that it's not his problem. His problem is not his problem to solve. His problem is to make a shoe that feels durable, and that's what he did. So, like I said, the shoe is the M251. He obviously don't need no promotion from me, but I felt like it was a nice thing that, especially from a large YouTube creator, tech creator, that's black, and he has a shoe now. So I thought it was dope. It's by a company by the name of Adams. Never heard of them, but their shoes look pretty minimalistic, as in like their approach to how they style it. And I would cop some white ones, but they're $200. I'm like, no, thank you. So there's plenty of things like this is like normal retail silhouette shoe. So I'm not saying that you know that it's a super overpriced, and I think the quality is there. But the fact that he was able to get a shoe out, he worked on it for 3 years, making sure a lot of design, and he created the shoe entirely by himself. Where, I mean, they kind of gave him a base, but he started to create and rehash it and do things to kind of, he wanted to create a shoe like this, so he kind of put a lot of stuff together, and I think it was like from the ground up. He kind of made everything, so that's a real cool thing, especially for a tech YouTuber. But just wanted to shout it out. Another one of those things where it's just excellence, and someone that's, you know, in a field and very much so at the top of their game. So yeah, he has a shoe. And
what kind of excellence is it?
Black excellence, man. It's black excellence.
Bingo.
Bingo. Black excellence. But yeah, he's doing his thing, and I've seen him. The reason why it's called the 251 is because his first YouTube video was 2 minutes and 51 seconds. And he was reviewing like this camera or something when he was a very much a youngster. But yeah, I think it's a dope concept. I think it's a dope style. I think the shoe actually looks good. And yeah, happy for you. Yay for MKBHD. Now, let's move on to even better news of black excellence. Equalizer 3. So my man's Denzel Washington. He just don't miss. He just don't miss. So yeah, he got another Equalizer coming out. I think it looks really dope. He's in, I don't know what country he's in actually. I think it was in Spain. Shoot, I'm not sure, but he's saving another family. Trailer, he's doing some extra stuff. He he got his watch again, his signature watch. He giving people 9 seconds to live, and he doing things, man. So, but yeah, I was super happy that this is coming out because I really liked the first two, and I was just thinking about some of the lines he was saying and how. And some of the stuff that he used to say, and it's kind of like John Wick, but with Denzel. So I'm super excited. So I want to see it. It's supposed to be the final chapter. Hopefully he don't die or something. No spoilers or anything, but hopefully he doesn't. And
come here, yeah, Equalize.
Yeah. Everybody already saying much better than the show. Like, first off, full respect on Queen Latifah's name, but yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Yes, it's a show, and it stars Queen Latifah. But I have never watched it, but I really like the movie, so I mean, I'm definitely going to see this one as well. But yeah, yes. More black excellence, of course. And
you going to see it, Jalen? When it come out?
September 16th?
I probably have to go see it.
Equalizer 2. Equalizer 3 release date. September 1st, actually. So September 1st.
Okay.
Yeah. They say Dakota Fanning's in it as well.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
Check it out. Doing what I do, cause it really nice.
Really nice. Man, what I do. What do you say? 940, 949. He said something like that.
How old is Denzel Washington? Man, he don't miss. 68. Jeez. Dog. 68 years old. What a legend.
That one hurt. I ain't even gonna tap.
What a legend. Yeah, Denzel is old, jam. Denzel is old. Dakota old now. Because she's 29 now. She was in what was that movie she was in with him? Man on Fire, I believe. Yeah, Man on Fire. And she 29 now. So yeah. Old. But yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
They hating
great.
on being old.
I ain't hating. I can't hate.
Denzel 70 years young, doing action movies that y'all can't do. Say no.
Bro. And they do the slow-mo effect, so they really can't even like swap them out for somebody that's random. Remember that one dude? We was watching. I think it was the Bad Boys or something, and they had like this old man driving the car, and they said that ain't Will Smith. And then I guess Will Smith had saw the clip. He said, oh, "I didn't think y'all was gonna notice." Hey, bro, dog. I said, dog, that joke hilarious. When they be getting caught doing some goofiness, like the movies, that joke be hilarious to me. Like the Starbucks cup that was in Game.
Yeah, I was about to say that's the worst one.
That's the most iconic Starbucks cup ever. Hey, bro, how did y'all watch this show? Do the production.
The last season of Game of
cup.
Thrones, they had a Starbucks cup on the table, but it's like, a fantasy setting. Like somebody just left their drink while they was filming. And they didn't reshoot it.
It did not reshoot or edit it out. But yeah, stuff like that be hilarious to me.
It's the Easter egg now.
Yeah, they took it out though. They removed it.
Oh, they did? Okay.
To CGI. Yeah, they removed it with After Effects.
They put out a patch.
Yeah, they put out a patch on them. That's why people hate streaming. They say they can take stuff out and they hate it.
Yeah.
So I hate it. I don't like it too. I like to reserve stuff, but at the same time, I mean, it's their vision. That's how they didn't want to depict it that way, and we already know. So it's not like they can erase it from our minds, but at the same time, it can erase from history. So yeah, the whole digital, non-digital. Oh, don't even get me started. I just started using ChatGPT. Crazy out here, G. I was just playing around with it. I'm just asking it random stuff, but this thing is super, super smart. AI is like, for real, the future. It is just basically the internet on steroids. It's just like I can pull from anything, guy. I know where you are. I know what you're doing. I know it's like so creepy. But I said if I said that they can't leave me behind, I gotta know about all the new technology. I can't just be sitting on the sidelines. So yeah, I got it, and it's pretty interesting actually. So check it out. You don't have to like install it on your computer or nothing. It's just like web based. So check it out if you guys want to learn some stuff or ask it some stuff. I was just asking it. I said generate me some random YouTube video topics and like what's the names, and it just shot off like 100 of them, and it's very simple. So it's not like and they actually be decent. So there's plenty of times where I've seen videos on YouTube where they said we created a fully AI channel, and look at the results. Like they can do that stuff now because it's very simple. But yeah, the future mixed with a little Equalizer, mixed with a little bit of that mother don't miss. But let's move on to our last topic, which is this is a short video today. It's only 53 minutes in. We might have to throw a little extra topic in there. Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Now, Jalen, we know you don't like games. Don't say you do. We know you don't like games, but will you be picking up Star Wars Jedi Survivor? Well, how long? I don't even think did you beat no, he beat it. Thank the Lord,
No.
he beat it. You beat it?
Oh
my goodness, this man! I tell you, I thought you said you liked it.
Bro. I did, man, but when you sit and put a game down for a little bit of time, and then what happened?
Yeah, so
I was moving and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying? I was all over the place.
So that was
It's
so
just
it's a
BBQ
no.
chicken.
BBQ chicken. Okay, well, that takes away my whole little thing here. So let me intro this with Josh. Talk to me about Star Wars and your love for it, and whether or not Jedi Survivor has captured a moment in time for Star Wars, or has it not? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't talk about it. I'm not gonna really spoil anything about it, but The Mandalorian wrapped up. I enjoyed the season, but the biggest thing for me about the season is like every episode is just like teasing me more and more about I just want a Mandalorian video game. Um, like they go on every side quest, they pick up new weapons, they pick up new characters, new ships, and it's like all this cool stuff. Like I enjoy in the show, but just give me this show as a video game. And we're not going to get that soon. I think eventually, they're probably working on it. The closest is Jedi
Survivor.
Fallen Order, the first one, and then Jedi Survivor. They're really, really good games. You playing as a Jedi, so it's more lightsaber focused, but just being able to go to a different planet, explore, climb around, find different stuff. You get upgrades, and then go to a different planet, and then like you feel yourself getting more powerful. I enjoyed the. Eventually, I enjoy all the characters that you meet. The main character, he's pretty vanilla, not much going on, but like over time, I got used to him and all the other characters. So I would say like in the last, well, definitely out of all of the EA Star Wars games, like the first Jedi Fallen Order game was the best Star Wars game that they made, and it was actually probably one of the best overall. But now we got the next game. I'm looking forward to it. I've honestly been staying away from most of the trailers because I want to avoid story spoilers and stuff. And I know they've been showing like a lot of the new people you fighting and stuff, but
It's been
I
leaked,
just want to see those
so
characters again. Oh, it was leaked too.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, good thing I've been staying away from that stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, the combat is fun. It has really nice lightsaber combos, and you can upgrade and like get really cool abilities. And then just the exploration, exploring like the different planets. That's the best stuff I want to see from it. It comes out very soon. I think this week, right? So once I finish Resident Evil, I'm jumping right into that. Eventually, if Jalen finishes it, we can talk about it more. But like, yeah, for it to be like a Dark Souls-ish Star Wars game, it felt unique enough where it's like it has that feel like slow combo, not combo based, but like blocking and hitting based combat. But it felt unique enough with like that it was still Star Wars.
Okay.
So, I'm looking forward to the next one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna say something here, and I don't know if everybody gonna like it. Fallen Order got a lot of grace from me. And that's simply because it was something new and experience in Star Wars. I like the game. Don't get me wrong, I like the game. I don't remember the story, nor was I ever interested in doing additional side content they provided because I felt it wasn't that great. I need them to step that up immensely. This is unfortunately a review-based game for me. I need that to be immensely better. Like, I need that to feel like the side quests are way more important than the main. I want to feel that way. That is what Horizon Forbidden West did when they came out with their second sequel. I do not want more of the same and less value than most, because we already seen it. I need you to be better. So I'm not saying that it has to be a 10 out of 10. I am saying that it has to evolve in a lot of ways. Not talking about combat, because combat was fine. Everybody knew that the combat was great from the moment we played it. There is a little bit of variety there that we would want to see more of, but I can see that already with the type of weapons that they're providing in the UI already gives me vibes of you can try a different bunch of different weapons. You're not gonna be stuck to just one thing. But what I don't know is whether that story is gonna be good and whether or not the exploration is going to be way more interesting. So I need those to be firing on all cylinders, and that's where it will jump from a skip to a immediate purchase. Because if the story is amazing, I want to play that because I really love the world of Star Wars. I really do, and I don't know why, but I think it's because of all of the unique, weird things and locations and locales that you do. But to me, by the end of that game, I felt like all those planets felt all the same. It felt like it wasn't as unique of a feeling as I wanted it to be, because there was multiple times where you were just trying to open up a door. You had to climb through a certain crack in the wall or whatever the case may be. And you just felt like you were doing the same thing. But I want unique experience. I want freaking those moments where you had where you pretty much were like watching I'm not trying to say, I think that was in The Force Unleashed. You're watching a freaking Death Star not a Death Star. It was a battleship. Yeah, Star Strider comes straight at you, and you sitting there like these trying to hold it off, and that stuff was amazing. So I just need more of those moments. Obviously, they had some of those in Jedi, in Fallen Order, but it was just too far in between for me. It felt more grounded, and now if it's going to be more grounded. If it's going to be more grounded, I need you to explore these things much better. Like, for real. So, I need you to expand these things much better.
Oh, my bad. The characters in the story probably need to be fleshed out. For me, like, I just enjoyed the gameplay of the first one more. But, like, the characters that were there, I felt seeing them again would be cool. But, yeah, like you said, it's not, like, over the top and, like, crazy action, like some other Star Wars games. Is more grounded. The main character, he's kind of like, I mean, he's strong, but he's kind of like underpowered compared to like a lot of other people. So
yeah,
it's a weird point where to make him more interesting, like he needs a interesting story, because I didn't think he was that interesting at all. And I will say, like, based on what I've seen from the trailers of the second game, I can't say I'm excited for it. I think that it's going to be a good game. I don't have any reason to doubt Respawn that it's going to be a good game, but I'm not super excited for it yet.
Yeah,
because it seems like the game was successful. People liked it, so let's do it again, but make some improvements. But it doesn't seem like, from what I've seen, I could be wrong, it doesn't seem like a big revolutionary change. Like, we're gonna really change up this game and make it like the best Star Wars game ever. It's just, we're gonna make a sequel to the game we made before. People liked it, and those same people will hopefully like this new one. And, which is not bad, but it's understandable that you don't want to get it day one or wait for a discount or something like that. Kind of like you said with Horizon, where a lot of people felt like, is there a reason to jump back in a sequel for this game?
Yeah. It can't go from Uncharted 1 to Uncharted 2. It gotta go from Uncharted to Uncharted 4. And like the level of detail and quality of story, because Uncharted 4 is way more memorable than like the last three. To me, the first three. It just doesn't even compare. So those things, I need that type of quality. Obviously, I don't need it to graphically be like that. I just need the quality in, mechanics, storytelling, the level of like detail in the worlds, and how they wanted you to, how you can get on a dang on, you can literally drive around in that one, and you can literally go explore things, and you find unique stuff, and they have like this level of quality in regards to, because they obviously can't do money side quests. It's not that big of an adventure. It's only you and Sully, but they can have those. The environment become the side quest. The environments become those expansive, and how they expand the world. So whatever the case may be, however they want to do it, I don't want to be just sitting there having him speak to the bot the entire time and not have like a living, breathing world around him to explore. I do not want to just sit there and talk to the bot. That's just not fun to me. So, yeah, I mean, what's his name? B2? What's his name? B2? I don't remember his name now.
The robot?
What was his name? The little robot he had with him. Shoot, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. See, so those type of things, I just really want them to stand out, and I want it to be fun. I want it to go from like, I mean, there's plenty of examples, Infamous to Infamous, Second Son. The Infamous 2 is just, it was there, but Second Son was the leap. So I just need those. I need that type of leap, a decent leap. It doesn't even have to be that extreme. It just has to feel different. So I really want to see what the reviews are saying. If it's coming out 7 out of 10s, 8 out of 10s, unfortunately, it's still a hold off. I'm going to play it, but I'm not going to play it immediately. But if it's a solid, and honestly, I don't even care if it's a 7 or 8 out of 10. I want to know what I am looking forward to is better. What I'm looking forward to is exploring. What I'm looking forward to is story. If those are better, fine. If they say, oh, it's mediocre in the combat, I don't care what they think about that, because that's what I enjoyed the last time. So I really don't need that to evolve as much. So honestly, I'm looking for the reviews. Let me know what they say. Let me know what they are thinking about the stuff that I'm interested in, and then I'll take my decision from there. But yeah,
I can get that. What do you think, Jalen? Do you feel like we kind of touched on it when we talk about Horizon, but like sequels that are just like just a literal sequel is the same game
DLC?
again? Just
yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like, but are there any games that you feel like were just because like I'm trying to think of
DLC,
just a good game that's basically just another sequel, but it was still good.
You can go with any of the you can go Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, sort of. I mean,
them
those
games
were
were different.
well, Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. I don't think they were that much different.
I think it's a lot of memorable parts in each one of the games itself, so that kind of helps out. And then the way they change some stuff and even armor sets and stuff. So I feel like those games are actually different. They don't just feel like they just existing.
No. I wouldn't say like I said, even games that kind of add on to something like I said, from Horizon to Horizon Forbidden West, I felt like they did enough incremental changes to make that game a significantly leap ahead than the old one. But to the viewer, to the eyes of the people, it looks the same. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's not like you have to literally play it to understand the difference. So like a Rise of the Tomb Raider to a Shadow of the Tomb Raider. You know what I'm saying? Like those types of situations. But there was significant changes in those games, but you wouldn't know it unless you actually played it. So, but it looked the same.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you had said, Uncharted. I did like Uncharted 3. That one was a lot more memorable to me than the first two. I know a lot of people like the second one and stuff, but 3 and 4 were good. I felt like
2 had the best storytelling.
I guess that's technically not a sequel or whatever. I mean, because you got to start from the first one or whatever. But I liked it the latter games. But I think another game where I felt like it was just kind of what's the word? Like, I don't want to say unappealing or just like there, but kind of like you said, it don't feel like that different.
It's iterative. Like it's just another addition to the same
formula. Like Far Cry's. It's up at past Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4, 5, and 6. And unfortunately, they feel like a lot of the same.
I feel like, I mean, I'm not gonna say Call of Duty because I mean, Call of Duty already get enough slack for being the same game or whatever, if you will. But I say this one in the weeds, but I say Digimon. Like literally, Storm Games, Namco Bandai Games, not go further. We got a new Storm coming out, and I already said that's DLC. Like, you know what I mean? Like it looked the same. Like if somebody like, nah, bro, no, don't know. So, I just say those ones.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, there's a lot of different games that you can find enjoyment in, but there is times where you want to, really invest your time and that time is really important. So when you want to invest that, you want to make sure the game is actually going to do a lot to change the or add value to your experience. And again, like the games can't. It's not that the games are bad; that they are the same because the formula works. Keep using it. It's the whole idea behind. Okay, I'm kind of playing the same thing over and over again, and you did not do enough to develop or build out this world in an expansive way to make me enjoy it, but you're basically using your built up credit to kind of keep me going, and that's what kind of happened with Far Cry. That's what kind of happened with
All the
Uncharted.
Ubisoft games.
Yeah, it started to feel that way, and I understand why they said A Thief's End was going to be the last. Obviously, that was the biggest leap, but the formula was kind of getting stale. It was the same kind of fun gunfights, and the storytelling was always in a world of its own. But the stories were the stories. It wasn't like it kind of continued on or anything. And then they was able to kind of do A Thief's End, where they kind of told a story from three different parts of his life, and it kind of all came together. So that was like their break from the other ones. And then like Uncharted 2, I think that was like the a better uplift on the story. I mean, I think it just had a good story. So it's just like those types of things where the bottom line is that the game can't change that much, but overall the game is still good. So
Yeah,
this is
the
one
the
of those
formula
that's
will
worth
get stale
showing.
over time if you
Yeah,
spend too much time in it, and a lot of the games are long. So,
yeah,
I mean, Uncharted was like 20 hours. And it's like it was a
yeah.
fun 20 hours, but would I want to do that same stuff for another 20 hours?
Nah.
Probably no. That's why you got to change it up some ways. Like sometimes changing like the characters or environment is enough, but a lot of times you might need to do a lot more than that. Like make it a completely different style game to justify the sequel.
Yeah, and that's where the story has is it's going to start to become more and more important because I will play a game simply for their story and deal with all the mundane stuff and just skip it. That's fine for me. But if they come out the gate swinging and they say some of the side content is better than the main content, that gives me reasons to explore. That gives me engage. That gives me a fun factor that I don't necessarily would have if in the previous game, which I didn't have in the previous game. I did not like exploring. I did not care about the extra paths. I just wanted to get back to where I need to go because at that point I was playing it for story and then like the main combat, not really the other fights. So and regenerating enemies once you go and sit down somewhere, it starts to feel more like a struggle to explore truly than you wanted to, and the shortcuts aren't that great, and it's not like so it was like trying to do Dark Souls, but it wasn't as great as Dark Souls. So that's what it felt like. So I just need them to expand on their worlds. If it's going to go open world like Elden Ring, how do you build out that? How do you make it formula work still? And what do you do to change it? So there's plenty of things that they have already that are cool and unique techniques. I just need them to kind of expand and move forward in that. And I'm all in at that point. So we'll see though. But I mean, that's pretty much it. I didn't really have anything else. I saw that RDC or Supreme Dreams was doing the Honkai Star Rail freemium game launch. I thought that was interesting. I was like, he must be getting a bag because I wouldn't put my face on
Yeah, they
that.
pay a lot of money for the
Yeah.
content.
So he getting a bag. So another more black excellence. I salute you. But that's another one of those freemium games. We do not cover freemium games here because they are a racket, and they get a lot of money. So no, we do cover some freemiums. We got Fortnite, and we got our Fortnite core. What do you call it? your correspondent. Yeah, got our Fortnite correspondent and Josh.
We don't
Jalen
cover
don't
loot
play
box
nothing.
games.
Jalen play Overwatch, but he don't spend no money. So Overwatch correspondent, we got
Hey, I spent
Jalen.
$10 on that game.
Yeah,
Ain't give me the season pass I thought I was getting.
We got Jalen the correspondent. It sucked all the energy out of us. We didn't even finish the pass once we figured that out. Said, man, that's stupid.
Cast to the max.
I don't even. What do I play? Apex, Apex correspondent Deontay. Yo. So we got a whole bunch of freemium correspondents on here. But nah, that one I just can't do. That ain't nothing but what they cater to the people that love them some waifus. No, thank you. But yeah, outside of that, I ain't been doing nothing. I've been trying to catch up on One Piece because I want to see his new form, but that's been tough. Yeah, outside of that, I've been just chilling. I ain't got nothing else to really talk about here. But anything for the people, anything for the good of the people, anything y'all want to say, mention, anything like that?
Nah. Need Jalen to finish Star Wars, and
Yeah.
it's been taking 3 years. Just get it out the way.
I thought he finished a game recently. I don't know what it was though. You finished something recently.
Frontiers.
Oh yeah,
Sonic
he did
Colors.
finish Sonic. He did beat Sonic Frontiers. Yeah, that's right. I don't think we even got a score from that. What would you give it?
I give it an 8.
8 out of 10. Damn, that's a little
I
high.
give it an 8. It's obviously some stuff they could have fixed in the game or whatever, but I enjoyed the experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, 8 out of 10.
I was
definitely ain't
actually
bad.
happy they didn't put like extra bosses and stuff like that in the game because I was like, I kind of just put the game down. I don't want to have to go through and do like S rank or A rank or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Well, no, I'd probably give it like a 7.5. Maybe I give it a 7.
Okay.
I ain't really like the levels for in the game.
Well, I mean, that's still not bad though. Like Sonic Frontiers, we all got it. I still ain't beat it yet either. So like I said, that's why I'm very strict on what I buy right now because I just got plenty of backlog. Midnight Suns, I haven't even cracked open it's still in the plastic. Hogwarts Legacy, still ain't finished it. And I'm still I just bought the DLC for Burning Shore, so that just jumped to the top. So yeah. You know what it is.
It's a lot of games coming out this season, and still got a lot to catch up on. So
yep.
Don't give in to FOMO. You ain't actually missing anything.
You ain't missing nothing. You got plenty of stuff to play. A Game Pass to keep you straight. You can play your 30 FPS for Dog. Oh my god. Microsoft. Y'all sure do. Oh. They don't have that. That's the messed up part. They don't have much grace. Like they don't get that. PlayStation get all the grace in the world. They can do crappy things left and right. They put out a banger. It's wraps. Who cares? We gonna keep buying your system. Microsoft don't get that grace.
You got to build up that
no
goodwill, and Microsoft used it all up a long time ago.
Yes. So they gotta come out with some heat, and it ain't looking like that's gonna happen this year. But that's okay. We'll see what happens next year. But all right, y'all, that's pretty much it. I want to thank you guys for watching or listening. I'm gonna put this on YouTube as well, so you guys can have it. But it's probably gonna be a still image, because I don't got no gameplay. We ain't playing no games anyway. So, well, at least not recording it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you got to this part of the show, you the real OG. Gotta hear us fumbling, getting our podcast skills together, understanding, transitioning, getting my sound together. Y'all in it for the ground floor. The ground floor right now. I mean, we 70 something episodes in, but this ground floor and we'll get right. Once we get right, don't worry about it. We're going to take off like none of no other. But I want to thank you guys for listening as always. And we will talk to you all next week. We have moved the date to Wednesdays because that works for us. So you'll see these every Wednesday now. But yeah, thanks for listening. Like us everywhere. And we will talk to y'all next week. Peace.